What's going on, everybody? It's Eli here from Treefall Studios, and guys, I am so excited to be back making a YouTube video. It's been a month, 2 months, something like that. I have no idea. Well, you guys all know that we got a puppy, which slowed down the YouTube videos, and then we had a baby, which slowed down the YouTube videos even more, and then I moved about a month ago, and now the office is finally fully unpacked. For the longest time, I basically hadn't unpacked everything. You can see my shelves are still a little disorganized. Got the GameCube and 64 up there, a bunch of books and stuff like that. But now I've got the couch cleaned off, my dev kits this direction. Wow, I can't even get that right looking at the camera. Dev kits, TV all plugged up, everything like that. So now I can finally record some videos. So I am just going to drop a short devlog talking about 1-2 word search today. That game came out on PlayStation on May 1st. And I'm excited to share just a couple small details that you guys probably missed if you already played the game. And just talking a little bit about the game and its development for those who haven't. And then after this video, we're going to have all sorts of new devlogs coming out on the other games in the Treefall Studios conference and some other game dev tips videos and stuff like that. So guys, I'm excited. I'm glad you guys are here. Let's just jump on in and talk about 1-2 word search. Featured right there, puppy in the video. There he goes. There he is. He's now a year old, so he's calming down a little bit. Look at that. Sweet, sweet dog. All right, we're going to switch over to 1-2 word search. We're running this on the PlayStation because that's the best place to play. Am I right, folks? Okay, so you can see we got our title screen here, very similar to a lot of our other title screens, reusing some of our PlayStation art. You press the button and the menu flies in. I kind of like this little bouncing animation menu selector here. Pretty cool. I'll move my... Oh, I just moved the wrong thing. Should have these locked. There we go. Move the camera. Boom, you can see we just got that. Now I need to put this back here so this isn't actually going to mess up the screen. But you got a quick how to play, little buttons right here. You can go to the credits or you can go to level select. And you can see we got a bunch of different themes. So it gives you the theme of what the word search is, like trees, animals, states, mountains, weather, tools, flowers, birds, blah, blah, blah. Tons of different things that we've got here in all these different word searches, and the star tells you whether or not you've completed the word search, and then it gives you your best time. So let's go to the Treefall one because that's the first one, so we'll just do that. Plus this is Treefall Studios, come on guys. So just a very subtle minimalist loading screen as it flashes here, and I'll go ahead and show you the options really quick. Light mode was how the game was originally designed, and I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, you know, it looks like paper, it's a word search, until I was testing the game before submitting it to Sony, guys. And I had all the lights off and the baby was asleep, and you know, my wife was asleep, and I was in my office. I had all the lights off and I turned on the TV and I played this for like 10 minutes, and then I like looked away from the TV and thought I was gonna go blind. Like all I could see was the blazing lights. So I was like, dude, no way, we can't just keep it like this. So then I implemented the dark mode, which is just, you know, a little gray, and then I made this one, which is like now the default mode, where it flips the text color and it gives you this like cool green color in the background. This version is like kind of like how my coding stuff is when I go theming on like Visual Studio or whatever. So I picked like a color set that I enjoy looking at, and I made this the default for the game. So it's pretty funny how that happened, because I was about to submit the game without doing this. I was like, dude, I gotta add some more development time to this game, because that's terrible if someone tries to play it in the dark, which who knows, they might. You know, a lot of people play video games at night. I don't want to blind anyone. So now you have color options, which is pretty cool. This game is pretty simple, but I had some fun coding it because it helped me learn some new things. I learned how to make a giant grid. You can see there's tons of characters here, and you can move by pressing the D-pad all around. When you go off the bottom of the screen, it will pull you back up to the top. When you go off to the left, it will actually put you like one back here. So like if you go off to the right here, it will start you at the, you know, the next line. And then like, you know, if you go off to the left here, it'll go like one before. So if you're at the very end, it'll flip you back and forth across the whole thing, which is pretty cool. And this code is actually going to be useful for other games that we have coming up pretty soon, because I'm going to do like, I'm going to basically reuse this grid code that I created and basically make like a, you know, a multi-level select screen where, like, maybe for tilting tiles, all of the icons are, you know, there and you can scroll through all the levels. Might do that sometime. Just depends on how it looks. And then you can see you got the word list over here on the right. You got a timer showing you how long you've been playing on the left. And then down in the bottom left, the coolest part of this game is the Treefall Studios radio. And this is where we're going to talk about some of the little details. So you can see this is pretty cool. This is just a hand animation where I drew all these different little bubbles, and it randomly selects a different one for like each line. So no matter what happens, it's always going to be different whenever you're playing. You know, just a little touch, you know, kind of like an EQ meter going on, like you're listening to music. And like the little detail I wanted to mention that I think is pretty cool. So you change the music on the radio by clicking left and right on the touchpad. I just needed to double check here. For some reason, okay, yeah, it must be really, really quiet. Okay, I think we're good. I was like, oh, I don't want to have to stop this recording, but the PlayStation music is just barely coming through, so I think we're solid there. I just realized it could be overpowering my voice. Haven't recorded in months, so I don't know what my setup was last. But basically, you press the touchpad left and right to go through the different Treefall Studios music you can unlock by playing this game. Every single level you unlock, either you can unlock a new song. There's like 23 songs in total, I think. Yep, 23 songs. So that's a ton of Treefall Studios music, and it goes through all of our history throughout the years. So if you guys are looking for a fun, chill time, just a word search game, this is highly connected to all of the Treefall games of the past. You can go through, unlock, and figure out what your favorite songs are, and basically use this as an MP3 player while you're doing these little puzzles. But the cool thing is we got a little touchpad right here, and you guys can see on the screen, you know, the UI basically looks like a touchpad with the radio and the time bubble, you know, just a little touch right there. And all right, so you can move this cursor around. You just press X. I think this is pretty sweet. It like animates in, and then it drops a little tag to let you know where you guys are. And you have to basically, the way the code works is you have to press it from the first letter and then click on the last letter in order to solve a word. And then when you solve the word, we have a little animation that swoops in. It puts these little green bubbles, so that's how it completes the word, like filling in the squares. And at the same time that animates, we have an animation over on the word list where it just crosses out the word, like you're just crossing it out on a real piece of paper. So pretty cool that way. Also sound effects, I don't know, the music looks like it's coming in really, really light. I'm just going to leave it that way. I don't want to mess it because I didn't test that before and listen to it in the headphones. And I got a lot of videos to record today and a lot of dev work to do, so we're just going to keep on rolling with it, having fun. I'm glad you guys are watching the video so far. If you're still here checking out the devlog, be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out all of our links down below. All right, let's keep going. I haven't recorded in forever, and I'm just rolling through this. But anyways, you can see that there's sound effects when you go ding ding, when you press a button, and then when you complete a word, it goes like boom boom. So there's like another sound effect. There's like a word complete sound effect. It goes like chick 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 chick. Whenever you're pressing the button. So I really enjoy all those sound effects, and obviously you can turn them down. Added new options different than our other games, and our other games you just had a few music options and you could just do 1, 2, and 3, like quiet, medium, and loud, which would be regular. But in this game I actually changed the code a little bit more than our other pause screens, so you can actually turn the music all the way off or turn the sound effects all the way off, depending on, you know, if you hate the sound effects, they're gone forever. So that's a new option that was also added to this game. Yeah, so just a few details like that, and so you can just leave, and I don't want to spoil every, you know, puzzle, but we can go in here and check another one. And then I want to mention one last detail, and then that's going to be it for this video. So let's go to vegetables because everyone hates vegetables. So you can see we got some larger words, a little bit tougher: broccoli, lettuce, cucumber. Right off the bat, I can see, or here's cucumber, guys. And you can see, we got some. I found onion already. Boom. The easiest ones for me to see when I'm redoing it, besides having made these puzzles, is that the ones that just go left to right, but there's diagonals, there's up and downs, there's backwards, hidden words, and those are the toughest ones to find. And when you start crisscrossing the entire word search and start filling it in, you might be a little bit difficult to see some words. That's part of the challenge, because some might overlap and crisscross, and you might like forget to look in your colored zones already for a word. So definitely I have a whole lot of fun with these puzzles. Actually, let me show you guys this. So this is pretty cool. Right here, this is what it looks like. I made all of these. Let's go to full screen. I made all of these word search puzzles by hand. I printed out grids and I basically filled it all in. So I didn't use a random generator or anything like that. We don't use random anything or pre-made anything at Treefall. I make everything by hand. You guys can see right here, this is an example of what it looks like. I wrote down my themes, all the words, and then basically I made where I wanted the words to go and how I wanted them to be hidden. And by doing this visually as well, I was able to make all of the puzzles have words in different places. So nothing is like repeating in like the exact same spot. And then once I filled out all of the words, from there I went in and hand wrote every empty space, picking a random letter. And then I had to look at the word searches after that and just sit there and go, okay, did I accidentally spell any words on accident? And there were a few times where I did have a word that might have just popped up by just randomly, filling in letters. And then I would change it so you wouldn't get confused if it was a word, that wasn't supposed to be in there. And then every once in a while, we left like a couple of words that were, in there. So you would be like, oh, that's it. But it's not actually part of the theme. So just another little tidbit. I just wanted to talk about all parts of the development for this devlog. This is basically just an overview video on the development of this game, some of my thoughts that went into it, and, some of the features for the game. And I think that's pretty cool. So, all the puzzles were handmade, basically, and if you enjoy the game, I hope you like it. It's not that big, but there's like 23 levels, and from our time testing, it takes most people like 2 to 5 minutes, maybe up to 10 minutes on like the hardest one to beat a level. So you're talking about 5 times 20. I mean, you're talking about 1 to 2 hours over and over. Maybe 3. Let's just say 1 to 2 hours of gameplay time, of word search puzzles for $1.99. Can't beat it. And also the last little tidbit I want to talk about, let's go to a different level, just to show you guys some of the design that went in here. This game didn't just, plop out. I did put some little touches, just because this is a pretty simple game compared to what we normally make, but there are a few things that I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So you can see we've got green and orange in the Treefall radio, which is actually our theme for this game. And you can see the cursor is colored orange, so it stands out on basically all the colored themes. And then you can see, let's find one of the words here. Where are we? We're in gemstones. So ruby, here we go. Let's find this one. You can see that the cursor is orange and green is what fills in the colors for when you actually complete a level. And if we go back to the title screen here, we have green and orange in the actual logo. So this was actually thought out. And not only that, the word search, where you're searching for letters, is orange, which matches the cursor, and the word is green, which is what matches the green words when you finish them. So just a little touch right there on the logo. I actually like this logo. It's very simple, but it's completely readable, and I think it looks pretty good on the store page. So, all right, guys, that's a couple of things about 1-2 word search. It is available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Came out on May 1st. If you guys have not basically pick this game up. I'd love it if you do. It would help us out a ton. Times are getting tough out here in the Treefall Studios world, the indie world. That's pretty much universal for everybody. You know, inflation's running pretty hot these days. I actually have a money saving video for game developers slash small business owners that I need to work on coming up soon. I've already filmed it all. Filmed it like a month ago, but I haven't fully edited it yet. So that's also coming down the pipeline. But yeah, just picking the game up, $1.99 to give you 2 hours of fun, and boom, it will help out our studio a ton. If you enjoyed this video, listening to, you know, some of the tips and things that I made in development and some of the stories I had about, you know, writing it all by hand, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. I'm not really sure that this video is going to go very far. Only our really OG Treefall fans are probably going to watch it, just because, you know, we only got like 100 views on the actual trailer itself for this game. It's not one of our heavy hitters. It's not like I'm dropping the letter trailer or, you know, Pitter Pot 2 or Pitter Cart or something. All that's coming soon, guys, one of these days. But I hope you guys do enjoy this and support little spin-off projects like this. I do really enjoy making different types of games. It gives my brain a chance to think of new problems. Like, you know, when you're making tilting tiles over and over or a maze over and over, you do have to iterate each time, and you need to come up with new things, and I add new things to every entry for each game, which makes new coding problems and solutions for me to come up with. But, you know, like changing the genre completely and be like, okay, we're going to make a word search this time. It's definitely fun for me in the terms of development and stuff. So I know a lot of people did play the game and enjoyed it. I mean, it's about as simple as it gets, but, you know, it's a good fun time if you like word search puzzles. So leave us a comment down below if you enjoyed this video and some of the insights I had for the game. All right, guys, without further ado, I'm going to forget the Patreons today. This is just really off the cusp. I got to give a huge shout out to everybody who supports Treefall Studios on patreon.com. So I got to give a huge personal shout out to Carmen Red, PLP, Shark and Minnow, and Thomas Stewart. Thank you guys for what you do for Treefall Studios on patreon.com. That's your personal shout out for today. If you guys are new here to this Treefall Studios channel, I talk about my games, game development tips, how to start a full-time game development business, all sorts of stuff like that. Be sure to subscribe down below if that sounds interesting to you. You can find links to all of our games on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Steam down below. We also have games on the Atari VCS, but those are not linked because you have to buy those on the actual system. All right, guys, without further ado, I will catch you in the next video. Tons of videos dropping this week. Get ready. See ya.